Welcome everyone to our second Discord AMA, Ask Me Anything community chat at SyncDAO. Today the topic is permissionless partnerships. My name's Kevin. I'm the community product champion. I need to get that right. And on the call today we have Roscoe Patterson, our illustrious CEO, and Paul Holland, who is our COO, and a few other people on the team. And we're here to answer your questions on permissionless partnerships. So obviously the first question that I'll throw over to Roscoe is, what is a permissionless partnership?
Thanks,
and how
Kev.
do I make money from it?
Yeah, I saw that question from SDG Moon. I love it. I love that those handles are already popping up. What is a permissionless partnership? So a permissionless partnership is in its very nascent form going to form a critical part of our infrastructure at SyncDAO. And what it is specifically is it's the ability to be able to interact with a vault and to be able to introduce people to a vault in an affiliate type scenario. This is the very first sort of, I guess, productized version you'll see of permissionless partnerships. But we do also see this stemming way beyond just an affiliate layer, just a way to make money. And we do see this as the exploration activities of figuring out how different protocols and DAOs interact with each other in order to coordinate different resources so that they can grow and strengthen the ecosystem as a whole. And obviously incentives alignment is a part of that. So we've started with the very first piece of this being about affiliates and about getting people to be able to recommend the Perpetual Vaults to someone, and they don't have to ask us. We can't banhammer them from offering it to their friends or anything like that, because it is done completely non-custodially and permissionlessly. So that's all very very cool and different to how people have interacted with affiliate programs before. Because one thing we know about existing affiliate programs, usually your end user agreement will preclude you from doing all sorts of other activities and make it so that you can't, do certain things within the agreement. Whereas we've done the exact opposite. We've basically said, here's this affiliate layer that you can interact with in any way you like, which means you might want to spin up your own, website that extracts some of the, SyncDAO branding and have your own personally branded, vault as an individual. So this really enlightens and enlivens the whole creator economy to get involved and to really have their unique twist on it. So yeah, I'll stop there. But Kev, if you have any follow-up questions from that have fallen out, or even yourself, let me know.
Yep. Will do. There's a couple of people jumping in now, but in a nutshell, permissionless partnerships is basically allowing people to interact with system however way they want without needing authority from someone at SyncDAO saying, hey, can I do this, can I do that? There's ways to share the product and basically earn money, right? Sorry, question came in. Melzy99 trying to join the webinar. You just click the speaker icon, so
she won't be able to hear you saying that out of your mouth hole because she's not in the channel.
It's true. Sorry. Early morning. Yeah. Hubway, there is no video for this. I mean, unless you want to see me talking, but it kind of bogs down the chat. It gets a little bit slow because of the signal, plus it's raining over here in Thailand where I am. I'm going to move to the next question, which is from Heather saying, so I have some affiliate links for some different crypto platforms already, and hopefully soon SyncDAO Perpetual Vaults too. What are the laws and rules around being a DeFi influencer that I need to consider? Any advice? That's a pretty big one.
Okay, cool. So there's a few things going on here. And I think I actually missed SDG Moon's question in mine before because I didn't actually talk about the money-making part. But Let me do
Yep.
both in this one. So in the way we've set this up, basically you'd be able to go out and promote a link on the internet, and someone clicks on the internet and deposits money into the vault, then you will be streamed an unstoppable cash flow or income stream as an affiliate for some of the interest that is working for the depositor. So this means that you're literally earning interest on other people's money. So that's one of the ways in which you're making money from this process. Is you're actually, by introducing people, you're getting their capital put to work. They're getting the lion's share of the returns, but a slice of that return is going back to you as an affiliate. Now, why this is awesome as an affiliate is the compounding effects of having other people's money working for you. Obviously, you can access a lot more capital when you're not just trying to put in your own hard-earned capital and trying to amplify that. So it's an amplification process for you. So Heather, thanks for the question. Around the legal side of it, it does differ in each jurisdiction. So I can't give you general or specific legal and advice on your particular territory. But what I can tell you is that most places in the world, bar a couple of countries, and mostly countries like China, you can talk about a financial product that you're using personally and give a review or a personal experience about it, and that's perfectly legal in most jurisdictions. Now I'm speaking very broadly, and I'm not giving you specific legal advice. But also, what's interesting is that in most jurisdictions, you can't give specific financial advice for someone. So if you ever catch yourself saying like, you should just deposit money in here, that would be considered potentially financial advice. So that would be off track, right? What would be on track is, here I'm using this thing. I'm getting these great returns. I really like it. This is what I had to do to set it up. This is how it works. This is how it's secured. This is how the process works. And this is why I believe in it. Now, you're allowed to say all of those things, and it's totally cool. And you're also allowed to say to them at the end of that sentence, do you want to learn how to do that for yourself too? And if they do want to learn, you're allowed to teach someone how to use a piece of technology. That is not providing financial services. You're just educating people. So there's a lane here that and a nuanced way to approach it. But ultimately, there's a way to help other people in order to get a little piece of the interest that is created from their capital.
Sorry, I just
That's all good. Just mute whoever it is,
muting.
unless they have a
Sorry,
question.
new people.
Cool.
Okay. Yeah, so people joining in, obviously, if you're jumping into the channel, just make sure you mute yourself if you're not automatically muted already, so that it doesn't get too noisy. And again, if you have a question, either post it in the chat or put your hand up, and you can ask the question. We're going to actually have a conversation. Choco Mellow, can I talk to my friends about being an affiliate on Facebook?
That's a really
So I mean, you can personally prescribe or talk about anything that you're up to, as long as you're not telling someone to do something in terms of participating with a financial product, then you're all good. It's once you start saying, hey, you should do this, and it will make you $1 bajillion. That's when you're starting to make promises that you maybe can't live up to, and will get yourself into trouble. What you can say is this is what I'm doing. This is the results it's producing for me, and I love it. And if you want someone to show you how, then I can show you how. That's the basic premise of it. So like I said, affiliate is just part one of this process. What we're trying to build is a way in which you can use this and design it in a way where you can build your own sort of core messaging around it. And a lot of people in the creator economy, so they're people like, TikTokers, influencers, YouTubers, coaches, consultants, there's network marketers, there's all these different avatars of people who are constantly telling people about what they're up to in the world and then maybe getting rewarded for it. They can achieve this in a different way for themselves. But the main premise is that you don't tell anyone to deposit or buy an asset that you suggested, what you tell them is like, this is what I'm doing. This is how it works. This is how cool it is. You can review it. You don't actually even have to have anything deposited. So yeah, it's a super cool way to kind of get into the game and play the game.
Yeah, that's awesome. Someone else has asked, sorry, there's two things happening. There's a lot of people having issues trying to get into the channel. Thanks, Paul, you're handling that. Does anyone, nobody's put their hand up or anything like that, so I'm assuming nobody wants to like ask any questions at the moment, but keep typing them through. Someone has asked, okay, you say forever money. What does that mean for affiliates? You say forever money. What does that mean?
So what does that mean for affiliates? The affiliates will. So let's run this through a scenario, right? So let's say, Kev, I have an affiliate link and I send it to you and you deposit $10,000, right? The thing that happens is I'm now assigned as the affiliate and I earn 10% of the interest generated flows to me. 85% of the interest generated flows to you, and 5% of the interest generated flows to the SyncDAO treasury to like maintain the protocol and keep it secure and incentivize the token holders of SDG to look after the protocol and the platform. And so the next piece of the puzzle here that is like critical to your experience, Kev, is that when you go to deposit, you won't see that SyncDAO's getting 5% and Roscoe's getting 10% of the interest. You'll actually just see the displayed rate that you're going to get as a return as a depositor. So all of that's abstracted from your experience, and you'll just see earn this great interest rate, and that's what you'll get delivered to. So it's the user experience is very smooth from that side of thing, and the way the Perpetual Vaults are actually designed is a unique architecture in the sense that we've created it so that you, if you deposited today, say, like, and I referred you with my affiliate link, if you left the ecosystem tomorrow, like you sold all of your PVTs, which are issued when you do your deposit originally, I, as the affiliate, am still going to earn on the interest on the $10,000 you deposited forever. And the reason is because of the architecture of the vaults themselves. So, Paulie, do you want to maybe describe, just to bring you up on stage, mate? Paul is our COO and my co-founder. Do you want to describe the nature of the Perpetual Vaults and how that works and why that's possible?
Sure. Sorry, I was just responding to other messages, so I may repeat a couple of things you.
Paulie, you there?
Yeah. Oh, I am now unmuted, so all the words I said you can now hear. Cool. I was just responding to a couple of people in the chat, so I may repeat a couple of things that Roscoe said here. But I mean, talking about Perpetual Vaults and the nature of the Perpetual Vault, a user comes in, is referred, as in the scenario that Roscoe was just giving. They then make their deposit into the Perpetual Vault, which will be made with stable coins in the first iteration of the vault. The process of depositing those stable coins then mints the user what we call a Perpetual Vault token, a PVT. So you'll deposit your stable coins, you'll receive PVTs into your wallet, and then you'll be able to lock those PVTs into the vault to determine how you want your return paid. So in the very early days, in the initial versions of the vaults, it will be stable coins will be deposited, stable coins will be paid out. So your returns will be paid in stable coins. But quickly we'll move to having other vaults where you can choose to have your returns paid in, say, Ethereum or WBTC or any other number of tokens that we may be able to implement as a vault. This gives you the opportunity to not just be earning stablecoins on your stablecoins, but to be dollar cost averaging continuously into your favorite assets. So you may be just buying ETH all the time, which means that you're just continually building up your bag of ETH. So this is a great strategy, regardless of whether we're in a bear market, a bull market, because you are just continuously accumulating more. Then if at any time that you do wish to get out of the system and no longer have those earnings, you can unlock your PVTs from the vault and actually take them to, say, Uniswap, decentralized exchange like Uniswap, and you'll be able to sell them there for $1. So you can't withdraw your original stable coins, but you can then sell your PVTs for $1. One of the other things that we've built into the system here is a mechanism that allows us to help maintain that price at $1 as well, so that we can be sure that users are able to withdraw their money should they want to stop their forever money for some strange reason. I can't imagine why you would.
Absolutely. Okay, so Roscoe's dropped into the chat. So for those who are just on the voice channel, he has dropped in the SyncDAO architecture diagram, which I encourage everyone to have a look at. You can also have a look at this in the Discord resources channel, and it's pretty much also on the website. How it works. Choco Mello, Choco Mello has asked. I am a wealth coach right now and can see myself recommending these to my clients very easily. Where are the best places to keep on top of the product news so I can be ready at launch? I can answer that one, which is basically the website, Telegram, Twitter, and Discord. So all of those links, we'll drop them in the chat, but obviously they're also available on this Discord channel and on the website. The easiest way to think about where to find the news on SyncDAO is literally to type syncdao.com in your browser, syncdao.com / whatever platform you use. So if you use Twitter, just do syncdao.com / Twitter. If you use Telegram, do syncdao.com / Telegram. So that way it's really easy for you guys to remember. You just have to remember syncdao.com and then whatever social media platform you use. If you use a platform that we're not on, then the URL won't go anywhere. So let us know, because that's actually handy for us to also know if there are social media platforms out there that are growing, especially in the DeFi space. But
I would just also say the place that will drop information first too, if you actually really want to get the very first person to hear about something, it'll either be Twitter, which I highly recommend, or subscribe to the email list. So, Kevin, what's the URL to just subscribe to the SyncDAO email list?
Just head over to syncdao.com. Go to syncdao.com.
Yeah, just syncdao.com. yeah. You just click the subscribe buttons there. Cool. So yeah, it's on the website. Yeah. And also, we're dropping something at the end of this where you guys can get in on being the first to be the first, if that makes sense. Okay, so Mattia has asked, do you earn interest deeper down the second, third, and so online? I mean, once I introduce somebody to SyncDAO through my link, can he become an affiliate himself, or will I earn interest from people he will introduce? Or does it stop at the first level? Thank you.
I can take this one. So
yep.
The very first iteration of the product is whichever link is used to deposit into. So in the example that I gave before, if I had syncdao.com / Roscoe and Kevin clicked on that and he deposited, what would happen then is I would be rewarded. If Kevin didn't use my link and he used someone else's link, then the rewards would go elsewhere. Beyond that, so that is what in affiliate language is known as last attribution, which means I was the last person to give him the link that he actually used to sign up. Now, we're not going to have second or third tiers or all those kind of things like a network marketing business. But what we probably will have some incentive campaigns on in the future is a thing known as first attribution, which means you will want to be the person that sends someone the link first, and that doesn't mean that they necessarily signed up. So we do have, at least I have it. I have the evil genius plan of rewarding first attribution at some point in the future, which means you want to get people to see the platform before anyone else once you've got your affiliate link and you're signed up. So there's a number of really cool things that can be done there. But yeah, we wanted to keep it simple. We wanted to keep it single tier. We wanted to make sure that it was clearly an affiliate program, clearly a permissionless partnership where you could interact with the protocol without having to ask permission, without having extraordinary terms of service that would preclude you from, doing other affiliate activities with other affiliate businesses and those kind of things that are annoying in a lot of agreements that are out there, and give you a way so that you can make this opportunity look as clean as possible to someone.
Yes. In a simplified version, right? What we're going for is just like we're doing here in a normal conversation. You'd have a chat with a mate or someone you're introducing to the product and just go, hey, here's this awesome thing, click this link, and then off you go, right? There's no like hand holding, I guess, like to an extensive degree, as we're used to with crypto products and, just trying to get wallets and jump on exchanges and all that sort of thing. We're trying to simplify it so that, you as an affiliate basically get rewarded for that time that you spend introducing someone to a product or educating them on it, Okay, next question is just ML. Is there an automated way to compound interest, or do we have to manually harvest like Pancake? I might throw that over to Paul if you want to jump in on that, but essentially it automatically compounds. So
Yeah,
there's no harvesting
absolutely.
involved.
It's a really, really good question, actually. So thanks for asking it. The way we've designed, the products at the moment is that each will have a component that automatically compounds. So the initial one where I said before that the returns will be being paid in stable coins, that one's designed so that 20% of the returns do just automatically compound and 80% are paid out to you, the user. You could then manually compound those if you wanted to, and we will have, and we haven't sort of clearly defined what this will look like yet, but we will have different options of how much is automatically compounded. But I think on any of our platforms, there'll be at least 10%. On any of our vaults, there'll be at least 10% compounded, because we really want people to continue growing their wealth and making sure that they are getting that compounding effect of their original deposit. So at a minimum, 10% would be getting automatically compounded. On the first vault, it'd be 20% automatically and 80% paid out to you, which you could then harvest and compound manually.
Just to follow up to this one, there's another part here beyond the compounding piece, which is like, what sort of returns are the vaults going to get is a sub question here, right? And the answer to that is a difficult one, because we're using a whole bunch of different DeFi products. In a vault scenario, you're using audited contracts that have been battle tested with lots of volume. They've stood the test of time, and they're quality projects. So you create a vault where you have a number of those products underneath the hood. And so they're things like, Yearn and Aave and Compound and all these different DeFi products where someone could deposit and with one transaction be accessing all these great returns. And the question is, what's that return look like, or how sustainable is that? And we've actually just kicked off something that's very unique. This is unannounced, so you're kind of hearing it here first. We've just engaged with SyncDAO, and they're helping us to produce an APY study, which will get us the historical APYs of these different DeFi platforms. So when you go and research on the internet about these different DeFi platforms right now, you can find what the rate is today, right now, what's available. But what you can't find out is what those rates have looked like over time. And you can't look at what happens to those rates when the market's going up, what happens to those rates when the market's going down, what happens to those rates in different conditions. And giving us this data set, we're going to have that, which will be a really cool product that you guys will all want to see and use anyway, just being DeFi enthusiasts generally. But beyond that, it'll give us data that'll give us the ability to create new versions of vaults in the future too. Things like we'll be able to do fixed interest actual DeFi products, which is a crazy idea, but it's totally possible if you have enough data. So what will the rates be? To answer that, they'll be a good cross-section of the greatest rates available, and we'll be able to prove out to you what that looks like over time. So super, super cool tool. And I'm looking forward to just having that product for my own dashboard, to be perfectly honest. I'm needing it.
Yeah, to add to that, like I've been really excited scanning the market for those numbers, because having done it manually, it's given me the confidence in stable coins and stable assets and products and yeah, I want it to I want it now. So yeah, I want it yesterday basically. And leading on to the next question, which is how can we see what vault options of assets and compounding is available, which is a question from Melzy99. The user interface will display that is a simple answer to that. On the app, it will show what the percentage rates are, and circling back to the historical APY thing that we're doing, as you know, the APY rates are variable. So it will just update in real time according to what the compounded rates are there, or the APYs are. Sorry, Paul, you want to add anything to that, or does that pretty much cover it?
No, that pretty much covers it. I mean, the interface, as Kevin said, the user interface will give you all the different options. So when you go to lock your PBTs, you'll be able to choose how you want your, which currency you want your return paid, and then select which ratio of compounding to pay out that you will be getting.
Awesome. Another question from Chocomello. Super exciting news about historical APYs. I've not seen that before. In your view, how has the trajectory of yield farming and yield aggregating platforms changed in the past year?
Great question.
Awesome. Yeah.
I really like this question. I've put a lot of thinking into it. There's two parts to my answer here. So number one, there's the part of where protocols are trying to decentralize the governance of the protocol. So they're trying to distribute the token far and wide and reward users by using the product. And as you can see in our tokenomics, which are at syncdao.com/tokenomics, most of the pie for us goes to people who use our product, because we want to reward users with governance tokens so that they can participate in the voting of the products that they use and love. So that's one thing. And the reason for that, the driver for that, is so that protocols can get decentralized, not be centralized companies, and create the actual freedom that this technology is designed to do. Because, like if you wanted to take Bitcoin to court, who do you take to court? There's no single person. And that's the point of decentralization, right? The second part of this question is how sustainable are stablecoin returns. At least it's kind of like how I view the second part of this question, because people are flooding into these vaults to put up crypto assets to lend stablecoins out. And one thing I've noticed in the last 12 months, or one of the biggest learnings for me, and it's longer than 12 months, it's over the last 2.5 years. I've been using DeFi for a considerable amount of time. I was at the bleeding edge of it. I do believe I was maybe, I don't know, 400th or 500th person in, around that kind of era. Anyway, we're now over 2.1 billion. Like, what is it? I don't even know what the crazy user numbers are now. But the point is, the thing I've noticed over time is that when the market price is going up, say the price of Ethereum or Bitcoin is shooting up, then usually the APYs go up also, because people are trying to get as much leverage as they can so they can buy as much of the asset that is skyrocketing in price. Adversely, when the market's going down, the APYs on stablecoins go down, because people have done the flight to safety, which is, I'm going to go put my stablecoins and earn APY whilst the market's going in the wrong direction, according to the users. So I think there's some data that'll be really interesting that we'll be able to map across the price feeds with these APYs over time. So hope that answers the question. It's a little difficult to give you more than that in this short period of time. Any other questions? Kev's just put in the chat here that we are coming up to the 30-minute mark. You guys are welcome to jump up on stage and ask a question too. You can put your hand up and we can unmute you. Or if you guys want to put any other questions in the box, go for it.
Yep. Yeah, a couple of people typing. Let's have a conversation. Although I do like listening to Roscoe. That sounds weird. Anyway, there's just so much knowledge to absorb. Okay, Chocomella says future questions best address on Discord or Telegram down the track. Yep, either is good, Roscoe. But I really highly encourage people to jump into the community here on Discord, because we can have more active communication through the different channels, and we can sort of like sort out the categories, because some people might be interested on the community side, some people might get interested on the technology side or whatever. So we are building a DAO, so we need the community to get involved in different areas, and it would be awesome to have conversations there. Telegram, I find, gets a little bit noisy and is more of the quick fun memes and price action stuff, which we're not really focused on at the moment. Whereas Discord, like, everyone else can see the questions and answers, and that's what we're trying to build here as well, from an education perspective, that people can feel free that they can ask questions. There's no dumb questions or anything like that. And if you put something out there on the platform, chances are someone else is probably thinking the same thing, and then we can sort of snowball it from there and have other people interacting and answering and helping and educating. And essentially we're just replicating what we're trying to do with the actual product, which is have a chat with someone, introduce them to the product, and then get them depositing or getting them using the product. And you can practice your conversation skills in Discord here, or ask the technical questions that'll help you out in the real world. Okay, last question from Melzy. How can we see what an investment scenario might look like prior to investing? Doing some numbers, is that possible? Also, can't see where to put my hand up. Oh, okay. The first part, I'll leave that for Roscoe or Paul to answer. Kind of got to do with the APY and the UI. And the second part, I'll have a look as to why you can't put your hand up.
You're up, Paulie.
Well,
Paulie.
yeah, that's all good. Hey Mel, thanks for jumping on. It's good to have you here. Look, in terms of an investment scenario prior to investing, I mean, really, it's going to be based on what the APYs are paying at the time. We haven't got any data publicized on that at the moment, because the product is not live. But once the product is live, you'll be able to see what the current APYs are. And then also the APY study that Roscoe spoke about is really going to give us a great resource of historical data, so that we can see what rates have been, work out what averages are, those sort of things. And that's what's going to allow you to do some numbers and projecting over time. Remembering that we're also utilizing the power of compounding interest as well, which will be super cool to have some of that return compounding into your deposits, producing more PVTs for you, so that your starting position grows over time.
Awesome. Hope that answers the question. And last one from SDG Moon. Really love that handle. Is there a spreadsheet or some sort of calculator to plan for affiliate revenues? That's a good one. That's something I might want to build.
Again, look, we've actually, Kev talked to me, because there is actually something that I started building already. That's going to be based again on what the APYs are. The affiliate will get 10% of whatever the interest that's generated is. But obviously we can, we can't have a calculator until we know. Actually, I have built something though, so I'll give that to Kevin, and then we can fine tune it and get it into the community, because
we can't actually put that out there, guys. Just got to pull you up there. We can't put out that. But I did notice that SDG Moon just said, "I can make one. Can you give me feedback to its accuracy?"
I mean,
sure we can do that.
Yeah.
Funds deposited.
Here's a compounding interest calculator I've dropped. Yeah, okay.
I mean,
that's awesome.
Someone else wants
really
to build it. We can give feedback on it. And the reasoning for this, guys, just so you know, is we need to stay a neutral third party. Is why I pulled the team up on it just then. It's part of our role is to defend the protocol. So we need to make sure that we're not playing any of the roles in there. So you guys, there's all sorts of opportunities inside of this. Things like that spreadsheet is a permissionless opportunity for you. If you want to build tools, sales tools, chat threads, all those sorts of things that you want to share with the community and propose that you get rewarded for, you can put these kind of proposals forward. Like, this is a big part of this active participation and this radical responsibility that comes with the idea of permissionless partnerships, for people to really step up and step forward.
I'll just jump back in here,
that's
Mel,
awesome.
just to follow on Mel. So Mel just said there in response to my previous answer, she said, thanks, but is it all paid in PVT? I thought I heard you say it was paid in assets like ETH, BNB, etc. Okay, first off, no BNB. we won't be doing BNB. No, so the returns will be paid in the currency you choose. So say USDC or DAI or ETH, etc. But then a portion of that will be compounded back in. That amount that compounds back in will produce more PVTs. So your PVT is your representation of your deposit. So the amount that is compounded will produce more PVTs that you can then restake to continue increasing the earnings. But yeah, the returns are paid out in the currency that you choose, either stable coins or one of the volatile assets as we add the vaults.
Yeah. Yeah, and this is my personal sort of understanding of it. If you think of the PVT as a receipt or a token, in the same way that you would go to an arcade to play games, that's what the PVT is. And then the game itself, or the vault, would be returning the DeFi returns in whatever the assets are that are deposited. And the PVT is just a receipt, is my simplified sort of picture in my head of how it works. I think, okay, Ed's typing something. We'll wait for that and we'll make that the last question.
Ed with the last
since we've
question.
gone over the 30-minute mark.
Jeepers, Ed.
Come on, Ed, type faster.
Lucky we like you, mate, with the last question. What's the launch pad?
What is a launch pad? Yeah,
right,
okay.
Cool.
Awesome.
It's that thing that Jeff Bezos used to launch that giant penis into outer space 2 weeks ago.
A big piece of concrete from which your rocket. I'll get this one.
I'm joking.
Yeah.
So a launch pad is where you can launch giant penises into space. But in our context, launch pads are organizations that have communities that actually help us launch the token publicly. So at the time where the product is ready to launch and we're going to our TGE, Launchpad actually help with bringing it public through to their communities and creating that initial sort of hype around the launch, etc. So we've got a couple of different launch pads that we have contracts with. We'll announce those in due time once we hit some targets that they've set for us. But yeah, they're basically there to help us get a good, strong launch and get the rocket flying.
Yeah. Also, just wanted to rewind back to Mel's question about the assets, just because something that we picked up. When we said, no BNB, it's not because of Binance in particular or BNB token. It's more to do with the first vault that we're doing is based in stablecoin assets, right? And so, yeah, that I just wanted to place some context on that. Yeah.
Specifically on Ethereum is where most of the volume of stablecoins is housed at this moment. We have looked at one layer 2, and the layer 2 that we're looking at and in discussions around is Polygon or Matic network, which is where a lot of the liquidity is flowing from, really quality institutional and retail players of DeFi. So yeah, that's our first plans. We don't have any plans for Binance Smart Chain as yet. It's not to say that things won't happen in the future, but it's not currently on the cards.
Another way to put that, again, this is just my perspective or my way of using metaphors and things like that to picture things really simply is, I see SyncDAO as the first vault that we're doing is like a car that's running on, petrol, like leaded petrol or whatever, right? And so that's the ETH network, and things are focused on that with the stable coins. That's like the petrol that you're putting in the car. And then later down the track, of course, there might be some, ethanol or biofuel versions, which are the equivalents of the BSC chain, Matic, whatever else comes along down the line. But we want to make sure that the first product that we're putting out is stable on the ETH network, which, as we all know, is one of the first ones and what people are mostly using, right? So that's another way to sort of picture it in your head. Hope that hasn't confused anyone. Anyway, we did say that was going to be the last question, but I see Chocomel and Melzy99 are still typing something in. So
why don't we handle our little? We wanted to share with people a great little waitlist opportunity for you that you won't get anywhere else. We might share that now, and if there is any final question or two, feel free to type it. So let me just speak to this for a moment. So we have at the following link, which I'm going to type into the text chat, and I'll also pop it here verbally. We have live a Google form on syncdao.com/affiliate. Now, let me just explain to you what this form is for, what it may or may not enable you to, and just give you a little reasoning as to why you want to go ahead and fill this out. So you can pseudonymously fill it out. If you want to be called Bobo the Clown and not by your first name, that's fine by me, but we will email you and say, hey, Bobo the Clown. So this is how it's going to come into your email. You pop in an email address and you pop in the answer a couple of questions here. And one of the questions that we're trying to really get a sense of from an affiliate standpoint is how many community members do you have access to as a prospective affiliate of SyncDAO? Like, how many people can you reach through your networks? And this is really important for us to understand a little bit more about people who want to become an affiliate of our products and services in the future, just so we can understand and build things very specific and clearly for you guys. I also just want to tease this, and I'm not gonna give you any more details than this tease on this, so I won't answer any questions on this. And this is the tease. There may or may not be an affiliate airdrop coming up, so you may or may not want to fill this form out right away. That is end tease.
End tease.
Here's something I just dropped casually. Yeah. Dropped out of the air. Awesome. So I think we'll wrap up with that. So yeah, thanks, Chocomello. This is exactly what I was about to ask about the affiliate waitlist. We'll fill it out ASAP. Yeah. So guys and girls and whatever other labels you want to put to yourselves, jump in when you can, and let's keep the conversation going and spread SyncDAO around the world. I was going to say something else totally differently, but thank you, Paul. Thank you, Roscoe. Thanks everyone else who's jumped in with the questions. I will see you on the next one. Sorry, I'm just totally going blank. My mind's just going back to launch pads and penises and Jeff Bezos for some reason. I got my COVID vax yesterday, so my head's a bit all over the place. But yeah, awesome. Thanks everyone. Wrapping up.
Thank you, everyone.
See you soon.
Bye.
Okay,
Cheers,
take care.